Welcome, everybody. I'm Kat Johnson from Expedia Cruises OBC, and this is The Insider, where we give you inside information on your favorite cruise lines and destinations. And I'm so excited today to welcome Chris Cardena from Norwegian Cruise Line. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Kat.
being
Happy
with
to be
us
here.
today.
Thank you.
And we're excited. You have, I guess, congratulations are in order. You got a new ship recently.
We do. Norwegian Viva, we're really excited to welcome her into the fleet. She has just made her way into service as of about 3 weeks ago. So, like they say, the best new thing next to a new car smell is a new ship smell. And it certainly does have it
Absolutely.
with the Norwegian Viva.
Now, Viva is the second in your Prima class ship, is Prima class group of ships. Is that correct?
It is, yes. So Norwegian Viva is ship number 2 in the Prima class, the second of a total of 6 ships in total that are coming over the next several years. So we're super excited to build on the success of Norwegian Prima now with Norwegian Viva. And just to kind of give you a kind of a glimpse, there's 4 key pillars of the Prima class, including Norwegian Viva, and that's of course a thoughtful design. So we've taken a ship. We've actually scaled the size of the ship down by 1,000 passengers. Our previous class was 4,000 passengers. Prima and Viva are 3,000 passengers. So we have a more dynamically sized ship, which has an even better ratio of crew to guests. So putting that service aspect, putting our guests first. Not to mention, if you have 1,000 less people, guess what? The cabins that you have, you can now make them larger. So with the Norwegian Viva, it's the largest cabin size of any NCL ship to date. And also the design of the ship, it's got wide open spaces. It has the most wide open deck space of any new cruise ship out there. So in this era of, our guests are looking for that space and comfort, and you're going to have that, of course, on Norwegian Viva. Not to mention there's a variety of experiences that go beyond expectation. And I know, we only have so much time to talk about it, but we want to pack it all in for you.
Well, one of the things I really love about Norwegian is that when I go on a Norwegian cruise, I know I see every age. There's the children running around, there's the grandparents, there's the middle people, and there's always something to do for everybody. So what would you say is the age? What type of people are going to be going on the Norwegian Viva?
It's a great question. So the great thing about the Norwegian brand is we really cater to everybody, no matter your age, your background. The majority of our guest makeup is multi-generational families. So you have grandparents, parents, and children all traveling together. And that's reflected with the accommodations that we have, the activities, and all of the different experiences. So no matter what age group that you're in, you have something to enjoy independently as well as all together as a family or as a group.
Now, you touched on it a little bit with the outdoor space that is now available on the Norwegian Viva, but it's really pretty cool how much outdoor stuff you guys have for people to do. So the Ocean Boulevard, do you want to speak a little bit about what the Ocean Boulevard is like?
Definitely, yes. The Ocean Boulevard is going to be a marquee feature for Prima and Viva. So it's a picture, you're on deck 8, and it's this open deck space that encircles the entire ship. So we're talking 360 degrees of stunning ocean views. It has some really cool features, including our first ever glass bridge, which is going to be a great place for you to take those social media snaps and pictures and posts and make people jealous. Not to mention Infinity Beach, which has our first ever infinity pools on both sides of the ship. I know I say port side and starboard side, which is that nautical lingo, but it's basically we have 2 pools. One is on the left side of the ship, the other's on the right side of the ship. Lots of seating, day beds, cabanas, lounge chairs. The total is 44,000 square feet that encircles the entire ship on deck 8. So it's words don't do it justice. Seeing it in pictures and video, and of course up close and personal in person on the ship, it will really help you soak in the experience.
Now, if guests go a little higher on the ship, they're going to get to the all-important speedway. The defining feature now, I guess, for Norwegian is this awesome speedway that you guys put up above.
It is, yeah. The Speedway was an NCL first, an industry first, a couple of years back on some of our previous ships, and so we've continued that with Prima class, including Norwegian Viva. So it has a 3-level racetrack with 14 different turns. You can have 15 riders on at a time on the track, and these electric go-karts go up up to 30 plus miles per hour. So it's a really thrilling experience, not just for the riders, but also for your friends and family that are watching, because there's actually a platform, a viewing deck area where they have like these laser tag looking guns where they can kind of, as you're driving by, you can shoot at the go-kart and it'll either slow it down or speed it up. So it's
Oh my
kind of cool.
goodness.
You have that interactivity with not just you as a rider, but also the people watching.
So you need to be nice to the people that you bring with you.
Oh, 100%. And not to mention there's a leaderboard, and each sailing will have like a contest. So the fastest rider, the rider that has the best time, will actually win a free.
Oh, another great amenity on this ship, which I know you've previewed in the past, is the Indulge Food Hall, which is totally unique. What an amazing experience it gives the guests.
It is, yeah. So an industry first, as well as a first for Norwegian, the Indulge Food Hall is our first ever food hall at sea. And so this is actually also located on Oceanfront Boulevard at the back of the ship on deck 8. So picture this, you walk into the food hall, you have 11 different culinary stations that range from barbecue, rotisserie, noodle bar, Indian food. There's a Latin tapas food truck, among some other options. And so 11 different mini food stations. You could either sit at a bar top right at each station, or there's general seating located throughout the food hall. But the cool experience is that you actually order your food on an iPad, and you're not limited to one specific food venue. You can actually order items from each of the venues, and a waiter or waitress will bring the items out to you. So there's something for everybody's taste. And if you're like me, like when I was on the Indulge Food Hall, I ordered at least one thing from every place. And so my table was just full of plates. But it's a really cool concept. Not to mention it is complimentary. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's been a huge hit with our guests. And I know guests will continue to love it on the Viva.
Now, we have a little bit more to talk about with dining, but I don't want to skip over the drop and the rush, because those are some great additions to the Viva that I think families with kids or families who are young at heart might really, really enjoy.
Yeah, so I'll start with the drop. So picture the drop. It's a 10-story slide, but it's not a water slide. It's actually a dry slide. So you step on a platform, the floor falls out from under you, and you will slide down from deck 18 to deck 8 in a matter of seconds. Now think about it. This is you don't have, if you don't want to have to take the stairs or wait for an elevator, this is going to take you down the ship much, much faster. But it's definitely a thrilling experience. Of course, for any age, for any thrill seeker. And then of course the Rush is our twin water slide, which is a really cool water feature. And also up there we have the kids aqua park with cascading water features, and also the tidal wave water slide. So we've got a nice mix of both our dry slide with the drop and our water slides with the Rush and the tidal wave slide.
And for those people who aren't interested in getting wet, but are interested in having a good time, you guys have that Galaxy Pavilion as well, which offers a lot of great attractions for all ages again.
It is, yeah. So it features some of the best or current technology in virtual reality gaming. And so there's up to 14 different attractions, including an F1 simulator, a flight simulator, a Topgolf swing suite, multiplayer games. There's even really one cool one where you're sitting in a chair wearing a headset and you're building a roller coaster as you're riding it, which is really cool. So it's all like touchscreen. And there's also escape rooms, which are really fun, of course, when you're in a group. So lots of different experiences up there that will wow our guests.
Lots of things to keep you busy when you're not eating at one of those amazing restaurants that you have now. So you have a good mix of, and Norwegian's always been known for their amazing dining experiences, but you guys had such a great mix of casual and premium and fine dining. What is Viva doing with her complimentary dining and then her specialty dining?
Well, like I always say, our ships have more restaurants than there are days in the week. So if you sail with us for 7 days, you're not going to get a chance to try everything, which just means you're just going to have to come back. But to your point, Kat, yes, we've always been known for having an elevated culinary experience. And so, and it breaks down perfectly. We've got casual, on the go, We've got premium and even fine dining, and that's reflected in the restaurant choices that we have. So on a Norwegian cruise, you have complimentary dining, of course, with our main dining rooms, including Hudson's, which is a new main dining room concept with a very expansive menu. We also have the Commodore, the Indulge, which we talked about, that's included as well. But we also have the Local, which is a fan favorite of our guests. It's open 24 hours. And it's really nice bar food. You know, you can order wings, you know, a margarita, all types of stuff, and the Surfside Grill. And then, of course, we have our signature specialty restaurants like Cagney's, our upscale steakhouse, Hasuki, which is our Japanese hibachi, Anda by Scarpetta, which is a fine dining Italian restaurant in partnership with the Scarpetta Restaurant Group, Food Republic, and a new specialty restaurant for us called Palomar, which is fine Mediterranean cuisine. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we have a Starbucks on the Norwegian Viva. So the Starbucks is located in the atrium. So for those that are looking for their coffee fix while they're on a vacation, we have it for you. And even better, we do offer an unlimited Starbucks package, because there is a charge for the Starbucks, you know, a la carte. But we do offer a package which runs, I believe it's $12.95 per person per day, and then you can get unlimited Starbucks throughout your cruise experience.
So basically, if you have a teenager, you need to get the Starbucks package, and they can enjoy, you can have enough energy to do all the fun, amazing activities that you have on board your ship. So
100%.
Now that takes us through the day, but you've got a lot of fun stuff going on in the evening as well.
We do. So entertainment, nightlife. So you know, one of the things that we're known for in Norwegian is having a headline production show. So on Norwegian Viva, we're going to have Beetlejuice, the musical. So a Tony Award nominated show. It'll be a 90-minute Broadway adaptation of the movie Beetlejuice, the musical, adapted from Tim Burton's 1988 movie, which is iconic. And so I know that's going to resonate really well with our guests. We've even seen some previews of it. It's just so much fun. We also have game show experiences. And so we're going to have Press Your Luck live on the Norwegian Viva, which will be interactive for our guests in the audience. And some lucky ones will be able to come up on stage and get to play. But not to mention the venue itself, the Viva Theater, it's a 3-story multi-purpose area. So even after the shows, it'll convert into an open dance club, a nightclub venue. Which is really cool, which will go into the late hours. And so, yeah, there's so much to do, so much to see all throughout the cruise experience.
And she has such amazing itineraries. Like, you talk about the Ocean Boulevard and how you have all of this outdoor space, but part of the reason for that is the places that she's going are just beautiful. I mean, right now she's in the Mediterranean, correct?
Correct. And I always say, you know, that the ship is a destination within itself, but it is important where it's going, right? When you book a cruise, you book a cruise based on itinerary, the ship, and when you've got the best of both, it just makes for an awesome experience. And so the Viva is going to be based in the Mediterranean in Europe in the summer and spring and summer months, which will offer some breathtaking itineraries, including a 9 and 10 day Greek Isles in Italy, which includes stops in Santorini, Mykonos, Florence. That one's going to be round trip out of Athens. But even better, some of these itineraries are one way, what we call an open jaw sailing. So it starts in one port, but then ends in a different port. So we're going to have an 8, 9, and 10 day Mediterranean that go to Italy, France, and Spain, one way, starting in Lisbon and ending in Rome. Which is really cool. So, and the thing about our itineraries, what you'll find is that we really limit the number of sea days. So most of these sailings either have 1 day at sea or none at all. So you're going to be in a different port in a different country each and every day of your cruise, which is just phenomenal.
And those open jaw are so nice because you really, especially in a place like Europe, where there's so much to see and so many different countries and cultures and cuisine, that really you can see so much more of the continent when you're doing those open jaw sailings as well.
Absolutely. And you can even build on a pre or post cruise stay, you know, on land before or after or both, which is really nice. So you can really customize your vacation experience.
Now, part of the cool thing about Viva is once she leaves Mediterranean, she comes over to North America, but she's not home porting in Florida. She's going to home port in San Juan.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. So it's going to be the first new ship that home ports in San Juan, Puerto Rico for the fall and winter months. So, as the seasons change, we move the ships around, right? So the Viva will be home porting out of San Juan, offering some spectacular Caribbean itineraries. And since it's going to be pretty much down in the Southern Caribbean, these are itineraries that you normally wouldn't be doing if you were sailing out of, say, Florida or Texas or New Orleans. So some of these we're going to have 7 and 9 day Caribbean itineraries, visiting beautiful Southern Caribbean ports, including Barbados, Antigua, St. Kitts, even some of the ABC islands, Aruba, Curacao, St. Lucia. So some really spectacular itineraries in that mix of Caribbean for your fall and winter months.
Well, we're so excited that Viva has joined your fleet. She's got a lot of personality. She's going some really great places. So hopefully everybody gets a chance to enjoy this beautiful ship. If they are interested in booking their next cruise on Norwegian Viva, they can reach out to their Expedia Cruises OVC consultant, and they'll find the right itinerary that matches all of their needs. But obviously, this ship appeals to every age, every culture, anything that you like, you can find it on board this ship. If it's dining, if it's entertainment, if it's onboard amenities. So thank you so much for thank Norwegian for just bringing such great opportunities in the cruise market for all different ages, and we appreciate you being with us today, Chris.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you on behalf of you and Expedia Cruises for all the support. And we look forward to welcoming your guests on board very soon.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank everybody for listening. We'll see you soon.